What is happening, party people? This is Brett Jackson Boogie, Happiness in Retirement, coming at you from my fly fishing / fly tying room, where I do everything fly fishing in my house. I've got a room dedicated to it. Believe it or not, I love fly fishing so much. But today's video is going to be about tying the Clouser Minnow, what I consider to be the most effective fly in the universe. It will catch anything. All you have to do is change up the color scheme and you can catch any fish that swims. I'm talking saltwater fish, black bass, white bass, perch, catfish. I've even caught a catfish on Clousers. Yes, I have. So anyway, let's get right to it. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is choose your hook size. I'm choosing a size 2 saltwater hook here because I'm going saltwater fishing down on the coast, Goose Island State Park this week. So I got to tie me some flies, and I'm going to tie the Clouser Minnow here, and I'm going to tie a chartreuse and white Clouser Minnow because we have a saying in Texas: if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. But anyway, chartreuse and white works like a champ on the coast for any fish you can think of: redfish, speckled trout, you name it. So the first thing you do is you take your thread and you wrap it down the shank of the hook, down about 3/4 maybe. Make sure you got some good tight wraps in there. And then you will clip the tag end of that thread. Boom. And then do a couple more wraps. And then you basically, what I like to use is these red lead heads. And that will put weight on the fish to get it down, and it also makes it look more lifelike. And the red, for whatever reason, attracts fish. I think it's because it looks like gills or it looks like blood in the water, and fish love little other fish that are bleeding because they're easy to catch and eat. Anyway, so you wrap it in figure 8s on the hook. You all probably know how to do this with lead eyes. Okay, and then the next thing I like to do personally is, oh, we got a little malfunction here. What I like to do personally is put a little glue on that head to give it a little extra, toughness, so it won't come off so easy. Just put a little glue on there, and then you'll do a few more wraps after that glue is on, so that the eyes, make sure you wrap tightly in a figure 8 so that the eyes stay on. Now we're in business. Now we can put a few wraps around the eye with the glue. Make sure you wrap it tight in a figure 8. I got too much thread here. Okay, so now the next thing you're going to do, is put some flash in there, because every fish likes a little flash. This is a crystal flash. It looks like scales, a little scaly crystal flash action going on there. See, it's all nice and shiny like a Christmas tree. So get you some of that, clip some of that on. Get you some of that flash, boo 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 boo. Put it on, tie her on. Tie her on pretty good. Wrap it a little bit down the shank. Cut off what you think is going to be the length of your fly. I'm going to go that far. There we go. How's that? Save the extra flash for later. And like I said, I'm doing a white and chartreuse Clouser Minnow. So the next thing I will do is put the white bucktail. Now don't grab too much. You don't need too much, maybe about that much, see? Measure the length of the hook, how far you want that to go down to cover the flash. So that's about as far as I want to go. And I will cut this clump off. And some of you may be asking, well, Mr. Jackson, why are you putting the white on the top? Well, that is a good question. And that is because most fish have a white belly. So I'm going to tie this in here, like so. Most fish have a white belly, and I'm going to show you why I put the white on the top like this. Because now you cut your little extras, cut your little extra clumpage off. Get rid of these little extras, whatever. Oh, that's fine. They'll be glued and they'll be tied over with thread and whatever's. So cut your little extras off. Clean it up so you can get your fishing line in there when it comes time to doing that. Make sure it's nice and tight. Remember, you got to wrap pretty tight. All right, so the white is on the top because these lead eyes are going to make the fly flip over, and it's going to ride. Basically, your fly is going to ride like this, right? In the water, your fly is going to actually ride upside down like that in the water, which is really cool, right? So, and it gives it that jigging motion. So now I'm going to put the chartreuse on. It ain't no use if it ain't chartreuse. I'm telling you what, people. Grab you a little clump of chartreuse like that. See? About the same length. Cut you off a little clump. Put your chartreuse on, like so. Tie it onto the hook. Make sure you wrap it tight in those figure eights. Tie it onto the back. Make sure you get that in there really tight like. Come back over. Wrap some more figure eights. And then just clean off the excess so that you can get your fly line in the eye of the hook. Boom, what? See it? It doesn't have to be super neat. Just a little space so you can get your line in there when you are ready to tie your hook on. See, you just clean that little eye off real quick. I like to come back and maybe tie a few extras, or do a few extra wraps in there. Make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'll go ahead and flip this over. So that was cool. See, this is a Norvise, and it's got the ability to turn the fly over like that. Now you just do your knot, right? You can do it by hand. Your clinch knot, I think they call it. Or you can use your little knot tool like I have. Use this little knot tool like I have. Make sure you got a nice knot here with your knot tool, like so. 1, 2, 3. Make sure it's nice and tight. 1, 2, 3. Make sure it's nice and tight. Boom. Cut your fly line. Don't let it release because you want to put it back on your tool over here so you can have it hanging. And there you go, my friends. That is a finished chartreuse and white Clouser. Wowza! Doesn't that look sexy? That's going to catch a redfish and speckled trout and flounder and anything you can think of on the coast. Sheepshead, you name it. But like I said, it will ride upside down because of those lead eyes, right? So this is the belly of the bait fish, and this is the top. So yeah, to finish out the fly, you want to, of course, you want to put some glue on it. Take you some head cement and put you some glue on it. There you go. I like to use a little more than your average Joe. I like to blow on it and spin it. And we'll put some on the undercarriage here. Put some on the undercarriage here. And I am not the best fly tyer in the world, but this just goes to show you anybody can do it. Save mucho dinero. And I don't know about y'all, but I just think it's so much fun, you know, being able to catch a fish on something that you made, something that you tied. Isn't that cool? There you go. There you have it. If you like my material, hit subscribe or go to the next video. Peace out.